by Cuevas Short Sales Redefined. Today we're talking about steps 3 and 4 to cover in a short sale presentation and how to properly walk a seller through the short sale presentation. Step 3, explain the short sale packaging and what is necessary to get the short sale started to the seller. Big problem I see with a lot of agents throughout the country. They don't know what entails a short sale package, and they tend to push this type of stuff off to either their attorney or some other source. Now, short sales are more work. It's just, this is the market we're in, so you gotta love it or leave it. Now, you must know what is entailed in a short sale package, all right? You must know how to tell the seller to walk them through the form so they can fill it out, that which allows you to get your process started. Without a full short sale package sent into the bank all at once in one pile, one fax, or one email, your process will never get started correctly. And again, this is a contribution to why only 24% of short sales nationwide actually close. Now let's talk about what's involved in a short sale package. Very, very simple. You have an authorization letter which gives your negotiator or yourself authorization to speak on your behalf with the seller. You have a hardship letter which shows the bank why the seller's in the situation they're in. It's a crying statement. 3, you have a financial statement. All right, your financial statement is going to show the monthly obligations and expenses that seller incurs on a monthly basis. 4, you're going to have 3 things the borrower is going to need to gather. All right, they're going to need to gather last 2 months' most recent bank statements. Okay, 1 month's income or 1 month's pay stubs, and then the last 2-year tax returns. Okay, you're also going to need a listing agreement showing that there is a realtor involved, because the banks do that. That is a checklist item on the short sale package. And you're also going to need a contract. It's the most important part. It's actually your duty to produce a contract. Not the highest price contract, but to produce a contract in the shortest amount of time possible for a seller in a short sale. And last but not least, you're going to have a copy of the HUD, or the estimated closing statement, which is probably one of the most important documents in the short sale package. And without having that, you're not allowed to see what the bank's truly going to net on your short sale. Remember, short sale is just when you are offering X amount of dollars less the expenses, the bank gets everything else that's left over. Very, very simple, but important to understand and explain to your sellers. This is the very basic short sales 101, and you need to know this stuff. Now, step 4 is even more interesting, okay? This is actually what is the short sale process from a bank's perspective, and how does that actually, what happens during the short sale process? If you heard the horror stories and you heard my file took 8 months to get approved, 6 months to get approved, that's because the deal was never structured correctly, and the agent or negotiator handling the file, or both, did not truly understand how to properly present this to the bank and how to properly structure it with exit strategies. For example, let's walk through a very quick short sale process. I break them down into 3 stages on the product, and very clearly so you know exactly how to handle this. Packed in with exit strategies, so your deals should close in 3-4 months max. Stage 1, within the first 30 days, you as an agent should only want 2 things happening. You need the bank to order a BPO, which stands for a broker price opinion, which we'll discuss later. It's basically the appraised value on the or an appraised value on a 30-day sale price and what the property is currently worth. Banks do not look at what is owed, they look at current price on properties. All right. 2, you need the file to get assigned to a negotiator. Those are the only 2 things you want done during the first 30 days of a short sale. The sooner you get this stuff done, the faster your deal is going to get started. The deal does not get started until you have a full short sale package to send in and get this process going. Stage 2, you're going to be marketing and negotiating the property. Your original offer you submit on a short sale may not always work, and if you do not have exit strategies planned to obtain another offer, or do not have a backup offer already lined up, you're going to need to settle and negotiate. You need to settle the accounts or mortgages on behalf of your seller, as well as market the property. On a short sale, you're making a buyer happy, a seller happy, and you're getting a bank to approve a lesser than owed payoff. You have 3 entities, and you're the person in the middle acting between all 3. So it's important to understand that there is more work involved in a short sale. But and you know how to do it, this is what real estate negotiating is all about. I refer to it as Glenn Ross type of negotiating. This is intense, it's fun, this is why most of us signed up for this business. Finally, you're going to go into stage 3, which I call the escrow period. Majority of buyers out there, when they put in an offer on a short sale, a lot of times, I'm sure you heard this horror story. I got my short sale approved, but the buyer backed out by the time I got it approved, and it never closed. Well, that's because you didn't qualify them correctly. I give you straight tips on how to qualify the buyer correctly in the manual. And that's really what you're doing at the end stage. You're making sure that this buyer is locked and loaded and they're willing and able to close on this property. That is your duty to the seller in this process. Now, it's very, very important. Once a short sale is approved, okay, the bank will issue an approval letter which will state the terms of the release on behalf of the seller. The seller by no means is forced to close on that short sale. If they don't want to close on it, that's fine. They don't have to, which is why this ball is always in the seller's court in terms of negotiating these liens the right way to get them off any liabilities. But once the bank issues an approval letter, you can expect about 30 days that approval letter will be valid through. So it's important that you timely set up your deal, so not only that your buyer's end financing is lined up, but that the seller is also notified to be moved out of the property accordingly and on time, so that the deal doesn't fall apart. After that's done, you just close your first short sale. All a short sale is an approved payoff amount. Once you receive that, this is a regular deal. You have your payoff letter. Next email you're going to see from me, we're going to cover the last 2 stages in the short sale presentation, or what should be explained in a short sale presentation. And those are going to be the effects of credit. What happens to your credit on a short sale? Oh, why don't I file bankruptcy? I don't need a short sale, I just file bankruptcy. And also deficiency judgments and how a bank handles their loss. I'll see you next time.